After visiting the Nikolsberg Glyptotek Art Museum, we started walking towards Bettina's home in Frederiksberg, an enclave within the districts forming the city of Copenhagen. The distance between the museum and Bettina's home is approximately 2.3 kilometers, and because the weather was nice, we enjoyed the walk. Here are pictures and video clips we captured en route to Frederiksberg. The golden weather girl is on her bicycle, letting passers-by know that the weather is fair, but when the weather is set for rain, another sculpture rotates to the front, depicting her with an umbrella walking her dog. The Palace Hotel faces the City Hall Square. Influenced by the Art Nouveau style, the red brick building was designed by Anton Rosen and completed in 1910. The copper-roofed tower is 65 meters high and decorated with mosaics by the painter Johannes Krag on all four sides, symbolizing morning, day, evening, and night. The City Hall Square is now partially closed off due to heavy construction for a new metro station. This 50-meter tall tower, capped by a copper roof, is the most distinctive feature of the Bristol Hotel, that faces the City Hall Square as well. Entrance to Tivoli, the famous amusement park that opened in 1843 and is the second oldest amusement park in the world, after the hill in nearby Klampenborg, 10 kilometers north of Copenhagen. The Hotel Astoria building is an early example of functionalist architecture in Denmark, and it is intended to resemble a steam locomotive. The narrow facade is topped by a hood ornament in the shape of a winged wheel bearing a crown, a sculptural representation of the old logo of the Danish State Railway. The Liberty Memorial Monument was erected in 1797. The monument comprises a 20-meter obelisk with inscriptions. White marble statues adorn each of the four corners, symbolizing four virtues: agricultural diligence, civic virtue, valor, and fidelity. In 1999, a thorough renovation project was completed, and a new obelisk and replacement copies of the original statues were rebuilt. This is the House of Industry, an office building that has been modernized with a glass facade instead of the 60s look. This deli has been operating for at least 60 years. Ove used to buy sandwiches here to bring to the glider port on weekends back in the 50s. The Tycho Brahe Planetarium opened in 1989. The lakes in Copenhagen are a row of 3 artificial lakes built as fortifications to the inner city. The lakes are divided into 5 basins, curving around the western margin of the city center, forming one of the oldest and most distinctive features of the city's topography. St. George's Lake, the one I have photographed, is made of 2 basins, south and north, with the southernmost point at the Tycho Brahe Planetarium. The paths around these lakes are popular with runners, strollers, and bikers. Chocolate balls covered in coconut, always favorite. Sights from Bettina's neighborhood. At Bettina's apartment, where we enjoyed a typical Danish afternoon coffee and cake. All homemade and simply delicious. Before dinner, and to build an appetite, we all went out to explore Hans and Bettina's neighborhood in the hope of finding the apartment building where Ove lived when he was in college. Frederiksberg Alley is a tree-lined avenue which runs through the southernmost part of Frederiksberg. It was originally constructed in 1704 as the king's private road leading to his new summer residence, Frederiksberg Palace. And we finally made it to Vesterbrogade 110, the building where Ove lived over 60 years ago. The building is famous because Bjørnstjerne Bjørnson, a Norwegian writer and a 1903 Nobel Prize in Literature winner, lived there during the winter of 1867-68, while he wrote one of his famous novels entitled Fisher Girl. Here comes a close-up to the windows of Ove's second-floor apartment. Hands hard at work in the kitchen. What a handsome baby boy, and always so happy. Thank you, Hans and Bettina, for your hospitality, and we hope to see you soon in Florida. Then it was time to catch the S train back to Køge.